Hey, my wonderful sweet baby. So today we're going to be talking about Jason Lee and how he is the Stockton vice mayor and how they think that he used the money that he was getting for the city to partake in some wild and out festivities. You know, Nick Cannon's wild and out. So this has caught a lot of people pretty much in a chokehold, but also people aren't surprised because they feel like Jason Lee shouldn't have had this job in the first place. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys this news article so you guys can see it for yourself. The story that is allegedly going around that is, Jason Lee pretty much taking the money to go to Wild Now. So go ahead and take a look at this.
And we start tonight with breaking news. Late today, the interim city manager in Stockton announced an investigation. It's all about the use of $50,000 in the city's risk mitigation fund. The money was used in connection to a recent Wild and Out event, allegedly without the city manager's approval or knowledge. The city is now investigating exactly how that money was authorized and who was involved. So stay with ABC 10 for updates.
So here's my thoughts. Last year, I was a pretty avid listener of Jason Lee's podcast, the Hollywood Unlocked podcast, and I would listen to it while I was do drives and things of that nature. And, I've always heard him talking about how he wanted to be the Stockton vice mayor. And I didn't find there to be an issue with it simply because it kind of seemed like it was something he really did want to do. And based off of the things that he was saying, he was saying how he wanted to give back to his community and because he was a native there and he was taking it so seriously to the point where he even moved back there. And, of course, thinking like listening to these types of things, you're thinking to yourself, well, wow, that's definitely something that you think that a person should get the role simply because of how they are pressing things. And of course I was like, I'm not going to vote for him, but if he does get it, it would be nice to see that he's able to branch into something different from doing Hollywood Unlocked and everything. The only thing is he wasn't stopping himself from doing Hollywood Unlocked and all that stuff. He was still doing Hollywood Unlocked and he was still doing celebrity gossip and celebrity tea and spilling tea and trying to get into the mess and the drama while also trying to be vice councilman, which you already know once you try to get into politics, but you've already got, a past yourself, they're going to really bring that stuff up and throw it back in your face if anything comes out on you. So he tried to keep a little squeaky clean image so no one would drag him and try to come for him, but clearly he waited until he got the job before he decided to cut up. So yeah, we're gonna put allegedly and everything right now, but it's really interesting that this came out right around the time that all this information has spilt. So go ahead and take a look at this video.
The only Wild 'N Out cast member in history to ever take public office. Y'all make some noise for your vice mayor and superstar Jason Lee.
So y'all seen that. It's clear that he was a vice, councilman of Stockton and he was at a Wild and Out event. We still have to say allegedly because we just don't know if he was using them funds for Wild and Out, but it's pretty interesting that he was there. And you guys, it's not funny. It's just the funny thing is that this is a route that Jason wanted to go down. And he always drags, number 47 that's in office right now. And, the fact that he's being allegedly doing some of the same similar types of actions as the current prez is just kind of interesting and funny to me. This is why I say do not, have any faith in these celebrities, these influencers, anything. Don't even have faith in me, babes. Don't even have faith in me because you don't know what I do behind my closed doors. You don't know. I'm not saying I'm out here acting like Diddy or anything, but all I'm saying is you don't know what I do behind my closed doors. So don't put your faith in these celebrities, these, influencers, anything like that, because a lot of them are flawed. And a lot of the stuff that they quote unquote go against and they fight against and they claim that, let's bash this, it's because they know their audience. At the end of the day, they know that their audience are commoner people. They know that their audience of people are people that make, this is no shade, but they know that they're common people that watch them make anywhere between $40,000 to $50,000 a year. And they know that to keep their audience of the people that do watch them, which is, regular, ordinary people that don't live life like they live, they know that they have to pretty much appeal to them in some sort of way. And that's why when a lot of commoner people see their favorite celebrities or influencers make it big, then they suddenly start to feel like, oh, they're not relatable. They became Hollywood. They became this. They became that. They became this. That's because, honestly and truthfully, money does change you when you get to be in a position to have money. And I feel like a lot of regular people need to realize that. It even changes you. If you was a bum on the couch every day and you wasn't able to get up and buy things, but then all of a sudden you got yourself a minimum wage paying job and now you're able to buy a little bit more things than you've bought before. Now you're going to be starting to go out there and buy, freaking McDonald's and stuff like that. You're going to be eating out more because you have the funds to do so. Maybe you'll go out and buy candies and stuff more because you can. You'll go out and buy sodas. You'll probably buy coffees every morning before you go to work. So you get put in positions where you can pretty much do more than you do more. So I feel like Jason Lee is no different in this situation. It's just a different position that he's being handed at this point. He felt like a lot of people feel like even the current pres that we have right now, they feel like, oh, I'm in a high powered position, so I can take a little bit of funds that they won't really deem as too much, and I could spend it on expenses that I kind of feel are, beneficial to me or beneficial to what I could consider a write off, allegedly, and I can go on about my business. And the thing is, this isn't new. This is things that we've seen people do previous years before, and they get away with it, unfortunately. Because I'm certain that Jason Lee won't do any jail time over doing this. There's a lot of people in his position that have more than likely done the same things, which is more than likely why he wanted to get into this position in the first place. Because it is kind of left field that, he went from doing celebrity gossip and spilling tea and being on reality TV and, doing little improv shows like Wow Now to then all of a sudden being the councilman for a whole city in California. And it's not just a little city, it's like a big city like Stockton. Yeah, but just wild things, y'all. But I'm not surprised. I'm truly not surprised. He gives me very much con artist based off of the way that he holds himself. Allegedly, okay? Because he not finna come over here and sue me. But that's my opinion. What's yours?